The African American Chamber of Commerce promotes the vision, the voice, and the value of Black business ownership throughout Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. Our mission is to enhance the growth and effectiveness of African American-owned businesses in the Delaware Valley and to improve the economic conditions within the regional African American community. We work to further the interests of Black-owned businesses by responding to the needs of the business community. We serve as an advocate on behalf of business owners and business leaders to increase economic opportunities for the African American community. Formed in 1993 in response to discrimination experienced by African Americans in city contracting, the Chamber continues to be the leading advocate for minority-owned business in the Delaware Valley and southeastern Pennsylvania. As a chamber, we have made great strides to promote greater opportunity and to improve the quality of life for communities of color through our advocacy, partnerships, and programming. 27 years later, and we are still standing strong, despite facing unprecedented challenges. In the past 6 months, our nation has lost an estimated 40% of Black-owned businesses due to the pandemic. COVID-19 shutdowns have pounded Black-owned businesses. 40% of Black-owned businesses have been shuttered, compared to just 17% of white-owned businesses. Our top priority has been to form partnerships that will provide capital to Black business owners, help minority businesses build their capacity, and spearhead job growth throughout our region. As we have for the past 27 years, and as we continue to do now, we stand strong with our nearly 500 members and with every African American-owned business in the region. We stand strong with the region's business leaders who have worked with us to improve economic conditions in our communities. We stand strong with community leaders to ensure equitable access to resources for families, nonprofits, small businesses, and individuals. We stand strong, working in partnership with corporate and government leaders to end discrimination and to increase wealth in communities of color. We stand strong with you and because of you.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the African American Chamber of Commerce 27th Annual Meeting and Awards Ceremony. I'm Bill Anderson from Fox 29. I'm your host for this evening, and it is my pleasure to be here. I got years of experience going back to my days in radio of interacting with the African American Chamber of Commerce, seeing all of the great work that you've done. And so thank you so much for inviting me, including me, and allowing me to participate. Now, this is the first time in 27 years that the African American Chamber of Commerce is hosting its annual meeting and awards ceremony virtually. It had to do something different, and we commend the Chamber on their efforts to continue engaging its current membership, the sponsors, and the supporters, while continuing to ensure that everyone is safe. Thank you. We appreciate you. We wanted to get together, and thank you for making that happen. Now, last year, you may remember that over 800 leaders from across the city of Philadelphia joined the Chamber for this annual celebration, which is also their signature fundraising event of the year. And funds raised from this evening's event will allow the Chamber to continue in its work advocating for Black-owned business, forming partnerships that will provide capital to Black business owners, help minority businesses build their capacity, and spearhead job growth throughout our region, all absolutely needed, as you know. Now take a look at the bottom of the screen. In tonight's video, you'll see a link to make a donation online. Click that link or go directly to aachamber.org, and that's how you can confirm your support today. Obviously, we all need to be supportive so the Chamber can continue to do the great work that we've all come to know them to do. Now, I hope that you'll still be an active participant in tonight's celebration. You can chat, you can get involved, you can send messages, you can take pictures and post it throughout social media. Whatever it is that you do to make people aware of the fact that the Chamber is important and needs to be supported, please do that. Before we get started and get into the actual program this evening, Please rise for the Negro National Anthem, Lift Every Voice and Sing, that's being sung by Philly's own Suzann Christine.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let us rejoice. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Wow, thank you. It's beautiful. Thank you, Suzann. Virtual clap, right? You can still do it. You can engage. You can clap, even sitting there at home. Now, accompanying the performance you just saw was art commissioned by Stacy Wilson. You may better know Stacy as Fly Girl. That's how I know on social media, a Philadelphia creative ambassador. And that painting is available as part of our virtual auction. Just click the link below again to purchase your raffle tickets, and winners will be announced on the Chamber's Facebook page following tonight's event. Before we continue on, we have some sad news, and we wanted to take a moment to pay tribute to honestly somebody who is very well known to all of us who have been active in our communities over the years. Earl D. Harvey, marketing consultant, a journalist, a big supporter of Black-owned businesses. He was the publisher of the Black Professionals News and the Atlantic City Times newspapers. They were aimed at minority business owners in Philadelphia and South Jersey. He was also a member of the Minority Enterprise Development MedWeek Committee and past president of the National Alliance of Market Developers. Earl was also widely known for his annual Black Professionals Christmas party. Those who knew him to always have a smile, a supportive word, and to be somebody that we were just always happy to see because he always made you feel good about the ongoing commitment, struggles, the passion that we all shared. Now, when the coronavirus pandemic hit in March, Mr. Harvey ran the Black Business Leadership Council's effort to help save the region's small businesses. He also helped lead the Black Contractors Association to increase Black participation in construction bids and procurement opportunities. Earl was affectionately known as the godfather of Black business here in our city. Earl Harvey's footprint in our community is huge, and as he passed away, he will be greatly, sincerely missed. So we just wanted to pay our respect and honor a true giant in our city.
Good evening. My name is Stephen Scott Bradley, and on behalf of the Board of Directors of the African American Chamber of Commerce, we wanted to thank you for your support of our 27th annual meeting. And we wanted a special recognition for Jerry Sweeney of Brandywine Trust and Dan Hilferty from Independence Blue Cross. But most of all, we want to recognize our staff for their diligence and how they're out front with our membership and allowing the Chamber to be a force in our region. Also, we wanted to spend this time to recognize our board. We've been in absence of a president for several months now, but our board has really stepped up to the plate, and they have really provided leadership, they have provided fiscal responsibility, and in addition, they have really made sure that the Chamber moves forward and reckons in its region. Special recognition goes out to Maria Roberts, one of our long-term board members who has her own corporation here in the city, but who's really going beyond the call of duty. And we just want to recognize her for outstanding contribution to the board and all she does to make the Chamber accountable. Thank you very much, Maria, and we want to give you special recognition this evening.
Good evening, and welcome to our 27th annual meeting and award ceremony. Most of you may know me as Barry from the AACC, but a little over a year ago, I started my own bartending business called Bartender Barry. Unfortunately, we can't be together this year to celebrate in person for our annual meeting and award ceremony with our typical open bar, but I'm so excited to be here to show you how to make our signature drink for the night called the Hidden Figure. So this cocktail is going to feature Uncle Nearest 1856 premium whiskey. So for those of you who don't know, Uncle Nearest was a formerly enslaved black man who taught Jack Daniel how to make whiskey. Over 100 years ago, most people didn't know who Uncle Nearest was, but today the brand is the fastest growing whiskey brand in American history. So let's get into making our cocktail. So the first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna add a ½ ounce of honey syrup, which is just hot water and honey. You can make this right at home. And we're gonna add it to our cocktail shaker. Next, we're gonna add a ½ ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. And then we're gonna add 1 ounce of Uncle Nearest. Next, we're gonna add ice to our shaker. And we're gonna give it a quick shake. And next, we're gonna strain it into our champagne flute because this is a celebration. And last but not least, we're just gonna top our drink off with some sparkling wine. I use Prosecco, but you can use champagne or any other type of sparkling wine if you choose to. We're gonna garnish with a lemon twist. So just twist it up and throw it right on top. And here is our Hidden Figure cocktail. Enjoy the program and cheers.
Good evening and welcome to the 27th Annual Meeting and Awards Ceremony. My name is Ron Busby and I'm the President and CEO of the U.S. Black Chambers, Inc., where we represent 145 chambers in 42 states with a membership base of over 332,000 Black-owned businesses. One of those chambers is the African American Chamber of Commerce of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware, and we're so proud to have them here as one of our members as we celebrate this evening. Black businesses are facing an unprecedented challenge for these last few months. Well, this evening you'll have the opportunity to witness businesses that have overcome many of those challenges and have continued to prosper, as well as our corporate partners and members. And so, first off, congratulations to them. Let's make sure that this is a celebratory evening. Thank you for your opportunity to be here this evening and the partnership that we have in Philadelphia, as well as the surrounding states. Continued success and have a great evening. Thank you.
Greetings, Chamber family and friends. My name is Gary Shepard. I'm the founder, president, and CEO of Third Floor Media, LLC. We specialize in advertising, production, and consulting. I'm also a board member of the African American Chamber of Commerce, and I just want to urge you to become a member if you're a Black-owned business. I just had a conversation the other day with a young woman who told me that she had belonged to many chambers and other organizations, but the only value she got was from the African American Chamber of Commerce. So she has renewed her membership with the chamber. I urge you to join. Take advantage of all the programs and training that's available and the resources that are available to help you keep afloat financially as a business. Barry Johnson working very, very hard to make sure we're all coordinated and we know about those programs and plans. And a big shout out to Steve Bradley and Malcolm Ingram and the entire executive board of the African American Chamber of Commerce for keeping it going. Make sure you're part of it as well.
I also wanted to thank the Chamber Board of Directors for your leadership, and thank you to Mr. Stephen Scott Bradley for your ongoing leadership. Everything that you do, your continued support is what continues to make the Chamber, help make the Chamber play the vital role that is so important. Integral to the Chamber's work is partnerships with community and government. Now, these partnerships translate into real change. And so we'd like to thank our governor, Tom Wolf, and our mayor, Jim Kenney, for their support over the years and for also joining us this evening virtually. Thank you very much. Virtual applause.
Hi, I'm Governor Tom Wolf. It's my pleasure to congratulate the African American Chamber of Commerce on 27 years of service to the business community in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. I want to thank the Chamber Board of Directors and Board Chairman Stephen Scott Bradley for their stellar leadership. Your advocacy has led to increased growth and opportunity for minority-owned businesses. I'm pleased to join you tonight to honor business leaders across the region that represent and support African American businesses. Congratulations to this year's honorees: Vanguard Award recipient Dan Hilferty of Independence Blue Cross, and Corporate Advocate of the Year, Brandywine Realty Trust. I applaud all members of the African American Chamber of Commerce for your commitment to empowering minority-owned businesses. I'm certain that you'll continue to be successful for many years to come. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mayor Jim Kenney, and I'm honored to join you this evening for the African American Chamber of Commerce's 27th annual meeting and award ceremony. I applaud the Chamber for putting the safety of its members, sponsors, and supporters first by moving their annual celebration to a virtual platform. While we are unable to be together in person, I thank the Chamber for providing this platform an opportunity to still engage with one another. The African American Chamber of Commerce has been working tirelessly to help African American businesses throughout the region navigate the impacts of this pandemic by sharing resources and helping businesses access needed capital and grants. I salute the Chamber's Board of Directors and Chairman Stephen Scott Bradley for their outstanding leadership. And I would like to congratulate this year's honorees, Brandywine Realty Trust and Independence Blue Cross. I know 2020 has been tough for the Philadelphia region, but we are stronger than any of the challenges thrown our way. I thank you all for your continued commitment to our city, and I can't wait to see everyone in person again soon.
Our first award presentation tonight will be our prestigious Vanguard Award, sponsored by the African American Chamber of Commerce Foundation. And to present that award, we have Mr. Krishna Nareen joining us this evening.
Good evening. My name is Krishna Nareen. I am the director of the African American Chamber of Commerce Foundation. I'd like to take a moment to introduce you to the foundation. The foundation is the nonprofit entity which is affiliated with the African American Chamber of Commerce. Through donations and grants, we support the African American Chamber of Commerce activities, specifically those related to educational and charitable works. As we go forward, we hope to expand our footprint and generate increased revenue so that we can contribute in a greater capacity to the African American Chamber of Commerce. I would like to thank the Philadelphia Foundation. Earlier this year, when COVID hit, the Philadelphia Foundation stepped up and offered grants to support our organization through these tough times, part of which is supporting this evening's events. Thank you very much for your generous contribution. In addition, I would like to thank Exelon Pico for their grant. They also stepped up when COVID first hit in the spring and provided us with a very generous grant to help us support the Chamber during these tough times. Again, that grant is part of the reason we're able to support this evening, and we want to thank Exelon and Pico for their generous donation. On the screen, you'll see a website for our donation page. If you feel so inclined, please click the link and make your donation. Your donations are tax-free. If you have a desire for how that money is to be spent, just contact us and we will make sure that we will respect your wishes. And finally, I would like to point out that the Foundation and the Chamber worked hand in hand with the Black is Beautiful Beer Initiative. I can't say enough about the Ambler Beer Company, the Well Crafted Beer Company, and DoorDash. They all stepped up, made generous contributions, and allowed us to provide grants to minority and Black-owned restaurants to support them while their businesses were struggling. Thanks again for all your help, and thank you for your time. Have a wonderful evening.
Hi, I'm Jerry Sweeney, President and CEO of Brandywine Realty Trust, and I'm delighted to join you all tonight for the African American Chamber of Commerce's 27th Annual Meeting and Awards Ceremony. Brandywine believes in the Chamber's mission of advocating for and empowering Black-owned businesses in our community. And never before has that advocacy been more important. Everyone is feeling the impact of the global pandemic, but emerging small-stage businesses, particularly those owned by people of color, are enduring some of the greatest pain of all. Black-owned businesses have long struggled with finding affordable, readily accessible capital, so we wanted to work with the Chamber to provide direct support to the business owners who need it the most. Access to capital is always important, but even more so today to ensure that every aspiring business has a path to recovery and to growth. That's why we recently launched the COVID-19 Resilience Fund with the Chamber. And as a real estate company, we take the responsibility to help set the tone very seriously and have spent more than 25 years investing in programs that build stronger communities. That's why here in Philadelphia, we've pioneered an unprecedented $16.4 million neighborhood engagement initiative as part of our Schuylkill Yards development. In building out that program, we first of all listened to a wide range of residents, businesses, and organizations to get a full understanding of their priorities. We've committed to programs that provide working capital to small and minority-owned businesses, a trades training program to create paths to family-sustaining jobs, a local sourcing initiative to establish new procurement channels for locally owned businesses, and also a CDC co-development partnership to build capacity for neighborhood organizations, and most importantly, a community fund to prioritize affordable housing, education, employment, and more. So far, we've helped 50 or underemployed Philadelphians start new careers in the building trades. We've served over 28,000 meals to our neighbors in need since the COVID pandemic began. And we've augmented our Grow Philadelphia Capital Fund with the Enterprise Center with an additional $350,000 to help minority-owned businesses weather the storm. We believe in this city and are committed to making the Philadelphia of the future better than the Philadelphia of today. That's why we are such strong supporters of the African American Chamber of Commerce and their quest to see that the aspirations and dreams of every Black-owned business in this city are realized. The past few months haven't been easy for any of us, but together we are strong enough to push forward and move ahead. So on behalf of Brandywine Realty Trust and all of our great employees, I'm humbled to be accepting the Chamber's Vanguard Award tonight.
We look forward to continuing to work alongside each of you to build a brighter, more equitable, and more accessible future for all of your members. Thank you.
Good evening. On behalf of everyone at Independence Blue Cross, I want to salute the members and leadership of the African American Chamber of Commerce. It's always a pleasure to work with you on the issues that matter to our region's businesses. Now, to be recognized by the Chamber for our work on diversity, inclusion, and equity is one of the greatest honors I can imagine. In my 10 years as President and CEO at Independence, and before that at AmeriHealth Caritas, it has always been clear to me the diversity of our associates, our board, our leadership, and our customers and members is a source of strength for our company. So we have sought to grow that impact by developing our multicultural workforce, investing in the communities we serve, and systematically supporting businesses owned by people of color. We have been purposeful in growing our supplier diversity program. It is good business and has become an important part of our supply chain. In 2018, our hiring of diverse suppliers contributed to $375 million to the national economy, helping to create more than 1,700 jobs, including hundreds in Pennsylvania. I'm proud to help ensure that our business relationships reflect the diversity of the community in which we live and work. And I am also proud to have a leadership role at a company that I know is committed to the fight for equity and justice in America. In this time when America is again reckoning with the inequities in our society, injustice in healthcare, in quality of life, the leadership that the African American Chamber provides is more important than ever. And I want you to know that Independence is committed to fighting racism and building community. As I prepare to retire at the end of this year, I am proud of our record, and I am excited to see the work continue under our next president and CEO, Greg Devens. Enjoy the evening.
In the fight against COVID-19, we are grateful to those treating the disease, but there are others too. At the bedside and in the hallway, in the store and on the bus, from the delivery route to the mailbox, down wires to broken pipes, they are doing their part to keep our region running. These aren't just essential workers, they are our family, friends, and neighbors. Together, we will beat COVID-19.
Yes, we continue the virtual clap, right? I'm sorry, I sound a little corny, but that's all right. We're excited for everyone's participation and support. So congratulations again to Brandywine Realty Trust and Independence Blue Cross. We sincerely appreciate you. And a big thank you to our sponsors for this evening. The Chamber's annual meeting awards ceremony is the Chamber's biggest fundraiser of the year. The funds raised from this evening's event will allow the Chamber to continue in its work advocating for Black-owned business, forming partnerships that will provide capital to Black business owners. It helps minority businesses build their capacity and spearhead job growth throughout our region. Again, we want to remind you that at the bottom of the video, you'll see it right down here, you'll see a link to make a donation online. All you have to do is click that link or go directly to aachamber.org to confirm your support today. Again, everything that the Chamber does and is able to continue to do comes with the support of all of us. It's important to us, so we need to continue to support them. We've got a special guest joining us this evening. Mr. Jamal Parker is a renowned performance poet. He's written a special piece just for tonight's affair. Jamal has performed at many notable venues around the U.S., including the Kimmel Center for the Performing Arts right here, and has facilitated workshops on college and university campuses, as well as for MTV's Rock the Vote. Jamal is a two-time TEDx speaker and performer and 2017 Philly Pigeon Grand Slam champion. He's also a two-time International Poetry Slam champion formerly winning both Brave New Voices and the College Union Poetry Slam Invitational. Long list of accomplishments. That basically means he's just really talented and really good. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Jamal Parker.
A black dollar is often burned like Tulsa, erased like Kemet, overlooked like Philly, garnished like a slave's wage 80 years ago, when founding fathers taxed our skin, divided us up like decimal points on auction blocks, subtracting our humanity from the equation. And they carried on with their wealth in the Confederate sun. My ancestors toiled, reaped no profit, worked, reaped no blessings, built their own chambers just for them to be torn down. But our pillars withstand the testament of calamity. Our pillars withstand the testament of time with tenacity. Today, we celebrate in congregation, greet each other with a call to arms like long lost kin. And that is a privilege within itself, to build each other up, just like we built pyramids in Egypt, or stone monuments in Washington, or row homes in West Philadelphia. We are an endless cycle of blessings amongst the turmoil. We are an endless cycle of people who know struggle, but have blessings despite of it. Today at this conference, we workshop, we speak together, we build community so that future generations won't have credit scores that diminish against them. They won't have to jump through the hoops of gentrification. They won't have to go through the bounds of redlining that plagues our communities today. We celebrate and come together at the African American Chamber of Commerce of Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New Jersey. I want to welcome you all to the annual meeting. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bob Bogle, President of the Philadelphia Tribune. Please join us as we celebrate the 27th annual meeting of the African American Chamber of Commerce. But in doing so, remember to support those that support you.
Hey, this is State Senator Vincent Hughes. I just want to thank you, and I want to thank most especially the African American Chamber of Commerce for 27 years, their 27th annual meeting. That's special, over a quarter century. That's important stuff.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sherelle Parker. I am the Majority Leader and 9th District Councilwoman for the City Council of Philadelphia. It's an honor and a privilege to join you tonight as we salute the African American Chamber of Commerce and their award recipients who continue to support, build, and sustain African American businesses across the region through economic empowerment and advocacy.
Hello, I am State Representative Joanna McClinton. I serve the 191st Legislative District in Southwest Philly, Darby Borough, Yeadon, and the Cobbs Creek section of West Philly. I am so excited for everybody who will be acknowledged tonight, but first and foremost to the Chairman of the Board, Steve Bradley, for your entire administration and all that you do to ensure that the Black economy in the greater Philly area is thriving. Thank you for all that you do to employ all of our constituents, our neighbors, our friends. Thank you.
Hi, this is Pennsylvania State Representative Jordan Harris, Democratic Whip of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. So honored to be here with you to celebrate the African American Chamber of Commerce for Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Delaware. For more than 25 years, the Chamber has been a fixture in our community, a beacon of light and hope, and supporter for African American businesses, small businesses, and businesses all across our region.
Hey everybody, State Representative Malcolm Kenyatta here, and I want to thank the entire team and all of you at the African American Chamber of Commerce for allowing me some time to speak with you today. You all drive the progress that we all want to see in our community. You make us better, you make us stronger. And so if we're going to rebuild, and if we're going to build in a way that doesn't just get us back to where we were before COVID, but that addresses the systemic challenges that Black entrepreneurs face in terms of access to capital, in terms of access to loans, in terms of support from government entities and agencies, if we're going to fix those things in a systemic way, we got to vote.
It is through the vote that we determine how resources are driven out. It is through political empowerment and political engagement that we force the issues that have been confronting our community for far too long, especially the lack of resources, the economic impact. VotesPA.com is a great website to go to. If you've got any questions, where your polling place may be located, the status of your registration, where you are in the process for your vote by mail form, how to engage with the satellite election offices, VotesPA.com. That's where you want to go. That's what's going to get you the good information. You cannot walk away from your civic responsibility. If we want to move our community forward, especially if we want to move our community forward economically, voting is relevant. Let's get that done.
The disproportionate impact of
more than half of Black business owners.
And disproportionate.
Somehow we always find a way to rise.
To the blueprint builders, to the backbones of every block, for the curators of the culture, and for generations to follow. You might fall, but never fail. Keep rising, keep rising, keep rising. Apply for business, marketing, and tech makeovers on us.
On behalf of the management and staff of United Bank of Philadelphia, we do say congratulations to the African American Chamber of Commerce and the honorees on celebrating 27 years of advocating and empowering African American businesses around the Philadelphia region.
United is proud to partner with the African American Chamber and Brandywine Realty Trust in providing working capital loans through its COVID-19 relief fund. Again, it goes to the mission of the bank, which is supporting small businesses in this region.
We are Royal Cooper Cohen Braunfeld, a law firm that empowers your ambition. Our lawyers offer you the type of sophisticated counseling, practical advice, and sound business judgment that only comes from hands-on experience.
Now this year the Chamber opened up the selection process of 3 of its most important awards to be selected by its membership and the community as a whole, all of us. The 2020 Young Professional of the Year, Small Business of the Year, and Nonprofit of the Year honorees were all nominated by their peers and voted on by the community at large. And tonight is the first time that nominees in each of these categories will find out who actually received the most votes. Now, all the nominees this year deserve our recognition. They're all doing phenomenal work in their communities. In each category, the organization or individual with the most votes will receive a $2,500 business grant, and the runners-up will each receive a $1,000 grant. Our first community award presentation will be for Young Professional of the Year, sponsored by Independence Blue Cross. Now, this year's nominees are Richard Coiler, co-founder and head brewer of Two Locals Brewing Company, Melissa Lamar, founder and CEO of Workaholics Brands Incorporated, and Shannon Morales, the founder of Echo Me Forward. And the nominee, which I get an envelope or something to open it up, and the nominee with the most votes, this year's 2020 Young Professional of the Year is...
Hi everyone, this is Melissa Lamar, founder of Mel's Better Blends and Workaholics Media Consulting. If you're seeing this video, that means I won the award for Young Professional of the Year from the Philadelphia African American Chamber of Commerce, which is super exciting because it's been a really tough year for Black-owned businesses in general, and I have really been working to create opportunities for all of us to be successful and thrive despite everything that this year has brought, and the Chamber has been super supportive. So shout out to Barry and Tiffany especially for all the opportunities that they sent our way, and just for keeping their energy up and keeping up the good fight to support Black-owned businesses. I'm looking forward to next year and everything that the Chamber has planned, and I'm looking forward to continuing being a member. And I thank everybody who voted for me, and special thanks to my mom too, because she's been super supportive this year. And thank you.
We will never know how many friends and family didn't get COVID-19 because we followed safeguards. We'll never know that number. We'll never know how many lives we saved because we wear masks, wash our hands, and keep our distance. We'll never know exactly who we help when we take protective steps each day. We'll only know that we did all we could to save people from a dangerous pandemic. And that's a nice thing for us to live with. Together, we are beating COVID-19.
Nicely done. Congratulations. Well done. Our next community award presentation will be for Nonprofit of the Year, sponsored by the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sixers, our Philadelphia 76ers. This year's nominees are One Day at a Time, Black Men Heal, and Youth Action. And the nominee with the most votes this year's 2020 Nonprofit of the Year is...
This is Anthony Phillips, the Executive Director of Youth Action. We are incredibly excited and thankful that the African American Chamber of Commerce of Pennsylvania, Delaware, and New Jersey has selected us as a Nonprofit of the Year. We want to thank all of those who voted for us and supported us throughout this entire process. It means a lot to all of us at Youth Action. Ultimately, at Youth Action, we believe that if young people are given a platform to lead and serve, they can change the world. And everything that Youth Action does, we inspire youth in Philadelphia to see beyond their self-interest and realize their potential to make a difference. Youth Action programs are invested in helping students develop their leadership capacity by giving them the tools they need to address community problems. Ultimately, what we do at Youth Action is that we train socially responsible leaders by providing them with leadership training, mentorship, and funding to help them organize leadership projects in their communities. So with all of your support, we're able to activate youth activism, activate youth leadership, and activate change in Philadelphia because of this reward. So we want to say thank you so much to all of you who voted again. And we also just want to say, Youth Action, keep aspiring, leading, and serving.
Hello, my name is David Gould, and I'm the Chief Diversity and Impact Officer for the Philadelphia 76ers. In August of 2020, our managing partners, Josh Harris and David Blitzer, committed $20 million towards efforts to address the long-term impacts of systemic racism. Just as importantly, we've also made a long-term commitment to leveraging the everyday work of our company to support the Black community, which includes Black-owned businesses. We're really proud to be partnering with the African American Chamber of Commerce, which will help us uplift Black businesses through connecting them with opportunities to work with the 76ers, highlighting and celebrating their contributions to our region, and finding other ways to support their growth and success.
Again, it's okay to clap virtually. Sitting at home, you can still have that same level of excitement and enthusiasm. Now, our final community award presentation will be for Small Business of the Year, sponsored by Brandywine Realty Trust. This year's nominees are Sharice McGill, owner of Local Artisan Foods, Janae Robinson, owner of Marsh and Main, and Melissa Young, the president of MASH Strategies. Give them all a round of applause. They're all worthy. And the nominee with the most votes this year's 2020 Small Business of the Year is...
What a surprise, what an honor, what an achievement. Thank you for voting Local Artisan Foods, home of the French Toast Bites, Small Business of the Year. None of this would be possible without my team, the Bites Hive, my family, and my many partnerships. Special shout out to the African American Chamber of Commerce for diligently diligently promoting and providing resources to small Black businesses like mine. Thank you so much. Thank you.
DoorDash provides access to food delivery anywhere you go. DoorDash is committed to speaking up and taking action to support our Black-owned businesses. Our recent partnerships with the NBA, WNBA, and Kiva are uniting communities. DoorDash is matching loans to Black-owned restaurants to expand financial access to help underserved communities. In June 2020, DoorDash saw a 275 times increase in the frequency of searches for Black-owned businesses compared to the month prior. We are collaborating with experts to change the written and unwritten rules in our industry that affect Black communities and have the greatest potential to advance justice and inclusion. More long-term action is needed, but DoorDash is committed to supporting our Black-owned business partners. Visit DoorDashImpact.com.
Hello, my name is Silvana Carpenito, and I'm the Membership Director at Fitler Club. We are very proud to be partnering with the African American Chamber of Commerce and are looking forward to developing so many future opportunities to connect our communities. Thank you for including Fitler Club in tonight's event.
Congratulations to all of our winners. Continue to do the great work that you've been doing. We look forward to you participating with the Chamber going forward to make everything better for everyone involved. Before we close out this evening's event, we're going to hear from our 2020 event co-chairs who helped to make tonight possible, Ms. Shani Saunders and Mr. Bjorn Henriquez. I actually just learned how to say Bjorn's name. I've been working with him for a couple of years, so go figure. Followed by another performance by Suzann Christine, accompanied by art by Baltimore native and Temple alumni Damon Whipper Young.
We are living in uncertain times with great unrest across our nation. I'm Sandra Clark, Vice President for News and Civic Dialogue at WHYY. We, as your public media station, want to be part of facilitating understanding, healing, and solutions in conversation with each other and in providing you content and diverse perspectives from communities across our region. At WHYY, we are committed to content and conversations that your community wants and needs, and airing programs that reflect where we've been and where we are today, through our radio programming, TV programming, and online reports, covering issues of racial disparities, healthcare, education, housing, policing, voting. And as we cover these issues and many more, we are there with you and for you.
Good evening. My name is Shani Saunders, and I am co-chair for tonight's event. On behalf of myself and my co-chair Bjorn Henriquez, thank you for joining us. We hope you had a great time. We have a couple of shout outs. We want to say thank you to Barry Johnson, the Chamber's Communication and Membership Engagement Specialist. Without Barry's help, tonight would not have happened. We'd also like to thank High Touch Enterprises for your work behind the scenes to make this night special. Thank you. And congratulations to all of this year's honorees, especially our top sponsors, Brandywine Realty Trust and Independence Blue Cross and the 76ers Foundation. Without your support, the work that we do would not be possible. Thank you. And thank you to all of our sponsors for making this year's event possible. Thank you for your support. But the work is still not done, and we could still use your support. There is still time to donate. Please go to aachamber.org or click the link below this video. We welcome your support, and we thank you for joining us tonight.
It's your girl, Suzann Christine. Thank you so much, African American Chamber of Commerce, for having us on today. We are so happy to be here to celebrate with you all. We're going to celebrate with this last song, New Day. today. Who that?
Guys, so we tried something new this evening. We did it virtually. We got everyone together because this is really important, and I think things went well. So thank you to everyone for joining us this evening. It's been a pleasure to serve as host for this year's event. As I said before, I have a long history with the Chamber. I know all of the great work. I recently got to interview several of the members and participants for a special that we did. And again, a pleasure because I know of the great work the Chamber has been doing, honestly, for most of my lifetime. I want to remind you that if you want to purchase raffle tickets for a chance to win the beautiful artwork displayed this evening, just click the link below. Winners will be announced tomorrow on the Chamber's Facebook page and via email. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all of our sponsors again. We appreciate you sincerely because without your support, the Chamber's work would not be possible. It has been my pleasure. I hope you enjoyed the evening. It turned out very well for a virtual event. Thank you all for watching and participating, and have a great night.